Hello everyone, and okay, let's just get into this video. Vidcon 2025, day 2, maybe day 3, depending on how long this video takes. So first things first, let's turn this camera around quickly. Good enough. So I met, let's just read this off, Tubby Nugget, Let Me Explain Studios, Addy Bally, question mark, as in I'll tell you at the end of the video, Daniel Ferry, Sam Bucha, Jackson Jelfi, Hugh Moore, and Demooch, Americana, and the Content Machine. So let's get talking. So first things first, I ran to our meet and greets, and by the way, the reason I'm not saying who it was for was because we actually had two at the same time, for Tubby Nugget and Rebecca Parham. First, the people for Tubby Nugget were super nice, and the Tubby Nugget mascot, of course, was super cool and was just so cute. But meeting Rebecca Parham was also super cool with me getting to talk to her about drama. And for anyone who doesn't know, in my last School Stories video, I mentioned how in my first show, I got a lead in Into the Woods. 10 out of 10. After the meet and greets though, we went upstairs, went downstairs, went upstairs, and went up another thing of stairs. Why? The YouTube keynote. On this floor is where I saw Daniel Ferry, Sambucha, Jack and Jelfi, and on the other floor right below is where I'd later see Hugh Moore and Demooch, Merrick, Hannah, and the Content Machine. They were all super nice, though one of the interactions was a bit funny. Maybe I'll get to that later, we'll see. But now let's talk about day 3. So let me just grab the board quickly. I'm back. So let's just draw these on. Perfect. Okay. So I met Saundering Emily, Socks for One, Nadway, Sky Jade, POVs with Nolan, Lana Ray, CG5, and why are there 2 unlisted? Do you know what? Just whatever. So to start off our day, we ran into the expo hall and looked around a bit. And that's when we saw Saundering Emily at the BFDI booth. So we ran over, asked her for an autograph, got a photo, talked a bit, but then we had to get going to go to the Socks for One meet and greet. So we waited in line, and we got to say hi to Socks for One, Nadway, and we saw Muffin Juice and Blaza Blocks again. After that meet and greet, though, then we had to leave so we can have some food, and so we can relax a bit before having the CG5 meet and greet. But while we were leaving, we saw Sky Jade, POVs with Nolan, and Lana Ray. And hey, we found one of the enlisted, so welcome Corbo, everyone. So then we went to our hotel room, left, and went to the CG5 meet and greet because we only had 5 seconds to relax before having to go. So we saw CG5, then Adams, and technically this wasn't a part of VidCon as much as it was just at the Hilton. But while we were in the elevator, we saw Bubbles VR, and I just completely embarrassed myself. I'm assuming most of you don't know, but Bubbles VR is a faceless YouTuber, which means I didn't know what they looked like. All I knew is that they were at VidCon. So, while we were at the Hilton, I saw someone wearing a Bubbles VR shirt. It looked like it was like a fan shirt, so I was gonna compliment him on it. But we all got in the elevator, and I was gonna tell him while we were in there, but he went up to his friend who was trying to show him something on his phone, and while I was looking at his shirt, I saw on the kid's phone that he was logged in into the Bubbles VR's YouTube Studios account. So, instead of asking them for a photo or something normal, I said loudly, and I mean loudly, "Oh!" But now it's time to talk about the mystery person, who was, drumroll please, the Manny Show! The way we actually got to meet him was the funniest part, because, for anyone who doesn't know, I have a baby sister. So, while my dad was taking her home to go for a nap, that's when he saw Manny at a meeting. So, he called us and let us talk to Manny for a bit, and then we said we would try and meet up at the front VidCon sign. So then we went outside and tried to look for him, and we saw him just getting into VidCon. So, after a whole year, we got to see Manny again. So, we got to talk to him about YouTube, about drama, and just so much more. But this video is currently longer than my school stories video, so it looks like it's about time to go. But, thank you for watching, and stay nonsensical.